Hey, Contractors Chronicles community, that time of the week again, and just so chuffed to be on this weekly broadcast with everyone. And I'm just so happy to be alive in this time in my life. I'm just so grateful. I just heard some good news about my son getting a nice job on a yacht, and I'm just so happy for his experiences that he's having as a 19-year-old overseas. Yeah, it's amazing how things can change. From last week, didn't have a job. This week, he's got a job, and he's off he's off sailing a beautiful boat along the Mediterranean and just experiencing what I would have loved to have experienced in my life. But guys, yeah, be that as it may, we've just come through an amazing time in our history as South Africans. We've recently had elections in our country, and there's been a lot of negativity, there's been a lot of uncertainty, and I think it's reflected very much into the numbers of many businesses, including mine. So the last 2 weeks has been a little bit of a concern, really, because look, I like to talk about the three areas, and I'll just cover them, and the one is definitely the numbers for now. Yeah, it's just a bit concerning because I realized that the numbers are down. We're not getting as many conversions. Our conversions have basically dropped from a 60% conversion rate from lead or from quote to customer to about 20%, and that's one of my top guys. And that was interesting. But this week it's changed. It's totally different again. And we've just had to dial things in a little bit, look at our numbers a bit better, understand where our headspace is, and just dial those numbers in a little bit better. Because I think our headspace has got a lot to do with the success of our business and sales. And our headspace is influenced a lot by the media, about uncertainty, about our friends and family that are talking about all this uncertainty. When we live in this uncertainty, and I'm sure we're not the only country in the world that goes through this, but we definitely have a history of going through a lot of uncertainty, but also rising through the uncertainty. We recently won the Rugby World Cup as South Africans. We got together, we did it for the nation. We were all behind our guys, black, white, there was no color. It's just such a beautiful thing to see. And just looking at our government at the moment, the unity, yes, there's going to be a lot of uncertainty, and I really don't want to make this podcast about politics. I think what I really do want to say is that I've made a choice, and my choice is to remain positive. I want to influence people around me to be positive, because one rotten apple in a bowl of apples, and before you know it, the other apples are going to be rotten very quickly. So I don't want to be that rotten apple. I've looked at my successes in the past. I did an audit of my life, and I said, you've got to be a vehicle for change in your country, and the people that you touch, wherever it is in your business. And I've chosen to do it in my business, even overseas, nationally, wherever I go, is to be that change. I've allied myself with a wonderful group of people that are thinking positively all the time. So I'm choosing to hang around positive people because I believe that's where the sun shines, and we want to pass a lot of that positive energy on to others too. And that's what makes a difference. If I go into my business with any negativity, it's going to project on the others. We have to stay positive. We've got a big vision for our company. Labor Companies wants to be a significant player in the home services industry, or the home services space in South Africa. And if we can find a way to be international, we'll even do that. So we're open to those prospects, but we have to remain positive. Even though we're going through uncertainty, guys, it's important we look after what's going on between our two ears. I've seen it, I've been there. So it's too easy to go down the rabbit hole of negativity because you're hanging around a certain group of people that might be influencing you. Guys, stay away. The news. I've been told for years that I'm digging my head in the sand that I'm not listening to the news. Guys, if you want to listen to the news or you want any heads up on the news, just ask your waitress. Your waitress will inform you what's happening in the economy. Focus on what counts in your life, in your business, with your family. That's what counts. And I've sometimes lost track of that, and I'll tell you, it's not nice. So I was telling you about the people that we're hanging around with. I told you in the last podcast, we're really following the lean system at the moment at work. We managed to uncover about 300,000 Rand savings in space. We would have spent that over a year, and we managed to save that cost because of our lean way of thinking. And good book to read, guys, is 2 Second Lean by Paul Akers. It's absolutely fantastic. It's free. Just search for it online. You'll find it. I think it's a great source of knowledge and inspiration because, you know, it's a movement of people that think lean and want to create a culture in businesses to eliminate waste in all ways, in time and in products, in, you know, a whole spectrum of things. And once you start understanding the concept, it's hard to let go of that. It's not easy to implement. We're trying, and I'm already seeing flaws in the way we're implementing it, but, you know, we won't give up. We'll keep on applying the lean principle in everything. We've put standard operations, procedures, manuals in place for our warehouse. We've got that all over the place. We've printed step-by-step procedures, even how the toilet needs to be done. So if the toilet needs to be cleaned, this is what it needs to look like. This is where the mop needs to go. So we're building this business, you know, with a potential to scale. We're building this business with bigger prospects in mind, because our company have got great people. The labor company's people, from admin right through to the scheduling, to our operations manager, who's brilliant, by the way, to our new warehouse manager, who's fantastic, old Pierre. He's just come in recently, and you know, I'm going to see great things from him too, I'm sure. To the guys that are quoting, we've got Theron in there as well, who's from East London. He's working with us at the moment. He's just doing some great things. He had a very big quote approved. Well, I'd say very big, much more than average, 3 times the average sale. Approved yesterday, and just so proud of my team. So where sales were down 2 weeks ago because of maybe the economy, maybe our mindsets, sales is beginning to pick up again. Yes, it's winter, and we're in the waterproofing game where we supply waterproofing systems for flat roofs. We also in swimming pools, and all of that's doing phenomenally well at the moment. You know, always room for improvement, and I'm looking forward to our roofing division growing more. We've got a great chap running our roofing division at the moment. He's just love being with him and just giving him the opportunity to shine. So guys, what I did listen to last night, so I think it's important just to reflect on what I heard last night. I heard something classic. It said, good leaders make extraordinary people out of ordinary people. Good leaders make extraordinary people out of ordinary people. And that's not meant to be condescending in any way. No one's ordinary. I'm way lower than ordinary. I mean, the mistakes I make, it's laughable. I mean, my team laugh at me the whole time because I'm ADHD in many ways, and I think there's a little bit of mocking that goes on, but it's a good laugh. And when I say that, it's like, I believe that we should be like sniffer dogs as entrepreneurs. We should be looking around for people that have the ability to shine and put them in a system where they can perform. That has been, I think, my strength, and it's just identifying those key people and putting enough into them so that they can shine. I'm seeing it with our team at the moment, you know, people that have worked in other industries before, just looking at what their attitude is like, understanding that they've got a great attitude, but they're probably not led very well in their company. They're probably neglected. They don't have room for growth because the owner is trying to throttle the company and keep everything for himself. He's probably driving a very expensive vehicle, and his staff are working. For him, and that's not what we try and create. We try and create a culture where the staff and the team, they are working for themselves. Ultimately, that's where we're going. We're not 100% there yet, but ultimately that's where we're going. So a quick rundown, what's happening with our numbers. I was hoping that our dashboard would be dialed up last week. It's not. I had a look at the spreadsheet version of our dashboard, our financial dashboard. I'm trying to create that with Bex. She's helping me, and we're working with other companies to help us put together like a 1 or 2 page dashboard that will have key indicators in the business. And when I say key indicators, like what's our stock turnover ratio, what's our staff our labor as a percentage to sales, what's our cost per projects. We're dialing all those things in, and soon we'll be having a report where we can look at that, and that's very exciting. I'm looking forward to that. We've also, with the help of our accountant, been given a spreadsheet that I've got to keep up to date on a daily basis, and I need to look at it where I'm guilty. I didn't look at it last week, but this week for sure I'm going to look at it again, just dial in on my numbers, make sure I'm there, because in this industry, with deposits that come in and then the balance get paid 6 weeks down the line because the project's finished, that can be a problem sometimes to manage cash flow. So that's been a never-ending quest. In fact, it defeated me 2 weeks ago. Gosh, how do I get on top of this? But I'm confident we're getting there. On the team side, I think I've mentioned a lot more about the team at the moment. I've just spoken to the team, what we're doing, our new warehouse guy, and how we're dialing in a great culture for our business at the moment. I think that's been key for us. We're just focusing on that culture. It doesn't come without its problems, and we definitely have to, as well, keep the standards up. And call it keeping the rope tight. That's, I think, our focus with our team at the moment, is just making sure that standards are upheld. If we walk past something that's not right, fix it right then and there. If something's lying on the floor, a cigarette butt, pick it up and dispose of it, because if you walk past it, that's the standard that you'll create in your company. And we're trying to get that to filter through everybody. Not easy, but we're getting there. And then, of course, the marketing and the systems, it's a never-ending improvement on systems. We keep on writing standard operation procedures manuals. So we out there doing that the whole time and trying to keep our eye on sales as well. So I think where we're trying to focus on in the next couple of weeks is, I think we're building a good system that we can scale. So we'll soon be looking for the right people, project managers, to join us that want to build this company with us. And that will be a key focus for me going forward. It's just having a look at what people can join us on the sales front, so that we can grow this company, and at the same time keep an eye on operations. No use the sales come in and operations can't deal with it. So it's a fine balance, and we're trying not to grow too fast. We're holding back. We walked away from a potentially big estimate that we needed to put in a tender. And one of my team members came to me and said, "Listen, Themi, I've got a quote on this project, but it's such bad energy." And I said, "Buddy, we are not going to do business with people that have the bad energy. Walk away." We're at that stage at the moment where we want to choose our clients. We want to choose A-grade clients, and an A-type client is a client that appreciates us too, that understands that we're working for them and would support us in the whole process of our project as well. We don't want the difficult clients that are just giving us the wrong and running around. We're just happy to get rid of them, because they will suck our energy and we'll neglect our A-grade clients. So we walked away from this big project yesterday. We just sent an email saying, Labour company is not prepared to participate in the tendering process. Thank you, good luck. I hope you come right. And that's a good feeling. So guys, that's where we're at this week. I'm grateful that you guys are listening. Please do us a favor. These podcasts are for free. It takes a lot of time and effort to put this in. Charlie helps me as well. She assists me with a lot of the behind the scenes of the podcast. You know, she's great, and we want to keep that whole department alive so that we can carry on bringing content. We've got and some nice interviews that we're busy lining up, and we'll share that with you shortly. So we'll start bringing other people in, because I think sometimes it's good to bring other perspective in so that we can learn from other people. So guys, that's where we are. Please like and share. Send this to another entrepreneur, another business owner. Just all it will take is just a push on the like button and a comment. You know, subscribe to our channel. This is where podcasts fail. They don't ask the community to subscribe. Guys, please help us grow this community. All you need to do is subscribe to the podcast channel in YouTube. If you're the auditory type and you want to drive, we've got this on iTunes as well, and the iTunes podcast. Just subscribe to Contractors Chronicles, and you'll get that information there. Guys, for the people that participate mostly as well, I am going to be doing something huge for you, and it's a surprise. Let's talk about it next week. I'm going to be creating something very special for you. So let's keep the rope tight, guys. Help me to help you, and let's build this together.